We're trading August 26th, London session. We are on Tuesday's candle. Monday reacted strongly after Friday took out its previous week's low, so now we're on a new week. Actually, if we check the monthly real quick, I mean, the monthly does look bearish because we only have 3 days left, right? So it looks like it would continue bearish, but we are creating somewhat of a big wick. So I'd say overall still bearish on the monthly. But we are at the end of the month as well, and the end of the month tends to trade back into its range, right? Weekly candle looks very bearish here because we just wicked off of this new week opening gap. But we had taken previous week's low inside of these weekly fair value gaps. So I feel like this is a strong, and on top of that we have the daily that completely retraced almost the entirety of the body of the daily candle that took out its previous week's low. So I feel like this is a pretty strong signal that it is reversing higher. We do have bearish sentiments overall for the dollar. We're expecting rate cuts for the next federal funds rate, which is right here. So quite a ways away, but that's what we're expecting overall. So until then, and NFP next week, right? Yeah, NFP next week with Labor Day. So maybe NFP will help with the sentiment of bearish dollars. So if anything, I expect this week to trade upwards, maybe play around the new week opening gap, maybe go a little bit past it inside this range, who knows. But for right now in the day, I'm definitely bullish, trying to continue off of this I guess momentum, right? 4 hour fair value gap it's coming off of, and then this DXY did disrespect this 1 hour. Let me check the other DXY. Okay, well this is just weird. That's why I'm starting to lean against this DXY, or not like this DXY, because of this giant wick forever ago, and then just gaps like this. Like, why is there a gap right here? You know what I mean? I basically am just going to be going with whatever DXY I think looks the cleanest, you know. But this DXY did disrespect this 1 hour fair value gap, and we have 1 hour fair value gaps in our favor. So we have both. So we're coming from a 4 hour fair value gap and a previous week's low sweep, a large pool of sell-side liquidity, right, with strong displacement upwards. So I feel like this high is definitely targetable. And with that high being targetable, like I said before, we have this Asia opposing fair value gap, with which we had just disrespected, and then Asia fair value gaps going along with us, right? So Euro did not its 1 hour fair value gap, and I'm going with Euro because it looks like Euro GBP is bearish here. We've had this daily displacement lower, came back to, I think this is 50% of its range. Yep, 50%. And then inside of our fair value gap, we took out Asia's highs, which also was a consolidation. So bearish Euro GBP. So bearish Euro GBP, clearly, which means bearish dollar, which means bullish Euro, so that all works out. Since there's no OTE like this, and we're just displacing lower, I'm just going to be looking for a 30-minute engulfing entry. And if there's a nice 5-minute fair value gap, or even 15, because it looks like there might be a 15 one forming, then I'll look to enter off of that. So yeah, I'm basically treating this as an Asia opposing range scenario rather than Asia to London OTE, because the displacement is more significant on the opposing side rather than the alignment, right? So yeah, we disrespected the fair value gap, and London just opened, and so now I'm just going to look for 15-minute fair value gap or a nice 5-minute. Either way, I think that this low and this high will hold for sure. So that's what we got going on. Alright, so I'm entered in on 15-minute fair value gap. I don't like the giant wick, but still part of my rules. 30-minute engulfing, boom. 30-minute engulfing, boom. So we are in, and we're targeting just under 1 to 2, risking just a tad over 1%. So basically just shooting for 2R right here. So alright, so I did close 2 out of 3 contracts here at 1 to 1.64R, and now I'm expecting that the rest should run to this low. So we'll see how this next 1 minute candle closes. Want it to respect that fair value gap. And honestly, if I can, I'm gonna let this run to this low. 3, so that's 92 extra 1%, and I secure. I should be fine. Maybe I'll do a little bit less. Alright, the runner got stopped at break even, so just 1% gain for the day. I was at 50, so yeah, 1% gain for the day.